Hello guys, this is Amrit Manandar. On behalf of Cloud IT Tutorials, I am going to start this new video series on Cisco certifications. In this video, we are going to look about Cisco devices like router and switches, how their internal parts look like, how their external indicators look like. Okay, let's start out this video series. This is the internal structure of Cisco router board. You can see here different fundamental components like activity late, CPU, RAM, ROM, power supply, LAN ports, WAN ports, isolation transformers. These are all fundamental units of Cisco router boards. They are like same as in our normal computers. We can see these components in our normal home computers also. Now let's discuss them one by one. What is RAM? Generally, RAM is a random access memory. It is a volatile memory. Generally, current data are stored in this data storage, and when this system get rebooted, the whole data that are stored in this storage get flushed out or wipe out, and this random access memory can work in the speed of CPU, means it can work nearly at the speed of CPU, so it is costly also, but its size is very low, very less in comparison to our hard disks. Okay, now next is our read-only memory. Read-only memory is a type of non-volatile memory. Generally, our firmware is stored in this type of memory, and the data stored in this type of storage can be erased or overwritten by the device manufacturers. Okay, only because we cannot erase data stored in this type of memory easily. Okay, generally firmware get stored in this type of memory so that when device get rebooted, its data do not get lost. Okay, and next is central processing unit. It is like the CPU of the our normal PC. It is like a brain of our human brain. Okay, it performs automatic logical operations, and it also helps to control our input and output operations according to the instruction provided to these devices. Okay, and next is LAN port. Generally, to connect our device into the network, we use LAN port, and we use RJ45 connector in the Ethernet port or LAN port so that our devices get connected to the network. It is also called Ethernet port. Okay, and next, this is router backplane. Generally, it is backside of our router. Generally, it has this type of fundamental units. This is the ESWIC slots. In these slots, we generally use ESWIC modules. Okay, for inserting that type of modules, we have to switch off this device first, and you can see this is the switch that can be turned on and off to these devices, and this is the power cable connector port. Okay, this is a port where we connect our power. Okay, and this can be redundant also for redundant power supply, and this is also ESWIC slot where we can connect our ESWIC module according to our requirement. Okay, and you can see these slots are covered by covers, because if we do not cover it by covers, then dust can insert into that devices. Okay, so if we don't need to use that modules, we have to cover it by this type of covers. Okay, external covers. This is AX port. AX port is used for connecting model to this modem to this device. Modem is modulator and demodulator, and this is console port. Generally, to connect our console cable with these devices, we use console port. Okay, generally RJ45 connector is used here, and generally we use this port while we are configuring these devices initially. Okay, this is LAN interface. LAN interface can be fast Ethernet or gigabit Ethernet or 10 gig ports. Okay, here we use our Ethernet cable, and that Ethernet cable is connected to our network. Okay, generally to connect our network to these devices, we use LAN interfaces. Okay, this is USB ports, and in USB ports we generally connect USB devices like pen drives. Okay, generally we use USB devices to upload operating system or to download or upload configuration file of these devices. Okay, next you can see the front panel of the Cisco router. You can see sys, ACT, and PoE is LED indicator in this front panel. Sys is the system indicator, ACT is the activity indicator, and PoE is the power over Ethernet. Power over Ethernet is used to provide power to this device using Ethernet cable instead of power cable. Okay, when we can't use power cable, or when our power cable cord is corrupted, or our power cable port is corrupted, or we can't give power to this device using power cable. In that condition, we use power over Ethernet. We use Ethernet cable to provide power to this device. Okay, and next we can see the front panel of our Cisco switches. Okay, these are different LED indicators: cis, RPS, status, duplex, speed, PoE, etc. Okay, and these are general LED indicator of Cisco switches. Cisco switches SIST means it is system LED indicator. If it is off, we mean that the switch is off. If it is green, we mean that switch is working fine. And if it is showing amber color, amber means orange and yellow type of color, and if it is showing yellow or orange type of color, it means that switch is power on but it has some fault. And if you can see this RPS status off, it means there is no RPS available. RPS means redundant power supply. If it has redundant power supply, then it is working fine. Then we can see green color in this RPS indicator, and if this indicator is showing blinking green color, then it means is providing backup to some other devices, not itself but some other devices. Okay, if it is showing amber light, then we can get confirmed that RPS has some fault condition. And if it has flashing amber line, when we get confirmed that RPS is providing backup to itself. Okay, because its primary power is off. Okay, its primary power can be off due to different conditions. Okay, might be the primary power get damaged, or primary power supply is having some problem, or any issues. Okay, in that condition we use RPS to itself. Okay, now the duplex means the status of the switchboard. If it is off, it means switchboard are working in half duplex, and if it is green, then we get confirmed that it is working in full duplex. Okay, and next is util. Here in this figure there is no util status indicator type of LED, but if we have util type of indicator, it means utilizing status of the switchboards. Okay, now next is stat means here you can see stat indicator. If it is off, then it means no devices is connected to that switch, or the if that devices are connected to the switch but the port is administratively down. In that condition, the stat LED indicator is off. Generally it is green when device is connected to it, and when it has blinking green status, it means the port is sending and receiving data. And if it has alternating green amber light, it means fault in link, means link has some fault, or the frame that are getting transmitted or that are received by the ports are experiencing some errors. And if it is showing amber light, that means the port is blocked by spanning tree protocol, that is layer 2 redundancy protocol. Okay, and finally this speed status means speed. This LED indicates what? When it is off, the switch is working in 10 Mbps. When it is green, switchboard is working in 100 Mbps. And when it has flashing green indication of light, it means switchboard is operating as 1000 Mbps, means it is working in 1 Gbps. Okay, this is overall brief descriptions of switch internal structures, router internal structures, and their LED indicators. Okay, now we'll talk about its configurations of different switches and routers between different routing and switching protocol in later videos. Keep looking our videos and subscribing our videos. Thank you for watching.